So this is a pelvic floor lengthening series. The purpose of these groups of exercises is to lengthen the pelvic floor and to bring a little bit more movement into the pelvic floor, so it sets the tone to then add strengthening later on. So the first exercise is a diaphragmatic breath. So you're going to lay on your back with your head supported. The diaphragm sits up at the top of the rib cage. And it works, so when you inhale, the diaphragm descends along with the pelvic floor, so towards your feet. And then when you exhale, both move up towards your head. So with the diaphragmatic breath, you're going to close your mouth. You're going to put your hands on your belly. You're going to start taking deep inhales through your nose, trying to fill your belly up with air. So it's an inhale, and then exhale all the air out. What I want you to try to do is every inhale, fill your belly, try to visualize the pelvic floor and diaphragm moving towards your feet. And then as you exhale the air, visualize them moving up towards your head. So we're going to go ahead with 10. So inhale, fill your belly. And then exhale, let it go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Try to really visualize and feel the pelvic floor moving. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more on your own. Okay, so this is something to practice, and as you get more and more comfortable with it, you can then move and integrate it into sitting at your desk, on the couch, watching TV. The next thing we're going to do is a child's pose. So for that, you're going to come onto your hands and knees, bring your big toes together and your knees wide, and sit back towards your hips. So if this hurts your knees, you can take a pillow and sit it underneath your bum, so that there's a little bit more support. And you can keep adding pillow after pillow after pillow until you have enough support. So, toes together, knees apart. You're going to reach your hands forward, and then you're going to practice that same deep breath. So as you inhale this time, you're going to fill the back of your ribs so that they splay apart. And I also want you to visualize your sitting bones spreading. And then as you exhale, you're going to sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. So we'll take 5 deep breaths here. So it's an inhale, think about spreading the sitting bones. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper, and you can reach your arms forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then 2 more on your own. Okay, and then moving into cat-cow. So this is again to lengthen the pelvic floor and to bring a little bit more mobility or motion into the upper back or thoracic spine. So you're going to place your hands, fingers spread wide, and press your fingerprints into the mat. Knees are about hip distance apart. As you inhale, you're going to drop your chest and lift your hips, spreading your sitting bones. And then exhale, draw your navel in and round back. Push through your hands to get a bit of a stretch between the shoulder blades. So that's 1, we're going to do 5. Inhale, chest lifts, sitting bones spread. Exhale, round in. Inhale, sitting bones spread, chest lifts. You can even think about bringing your shoulder blades together. Exhale, round, and every repetition, try to move a little bit deeper. If there's any sharp pain in your low back, don't move so deep. And then 1 more. Rounding into cat, drawing the navel in, and then coming back to neutral. So this next stretch is to get at the psoas or the hip flexor. This muscle we see a lot of times in spasm when the pelvic floor is over-recruited. you can place the pillow beneath your knee, and the back knee is going to go onto the pillow, front knee straight ahead. And it's important when we're stretching this muscle, the tendency is to really, really give it a good stretch. When we stretch this muscle really hard, a lot of times we can go into spasm, so it's just a gentle stretch. You're going to try to keep your hips even, the front leg, the toes are pressing into the mat, and then just leaning forward. You can gently draw your navel in and you feel a gentle stretch. Think about even tucking your tailbone under a little bit to get a little bit deeper, and then we'll take 5 breaths here. And every exhale, you can think about moving a little bit deeper. That's 3, 4, and then 5. So switching sides. And if you feel that your hips are a little bit tight and it feels really good with any of these stretches too, you can pause and just hold the stretch a little bit longer. So this time left leg is back, right knee is forward, hips are even, a little bit of a tuck to the pelvis, and then just gently lean forward. The straighter up you sit, the more you're going to get length into this muscle. And as things get a little bit more mobile, to make things a little bit harder, move a little bit deeper, you can reach the hand up of the leg that's back towards the ceiling, and then even back and over gently, not pinching the back. So this is just a variation on how to work a little bit deeper. Our hand on your thigh is fine as well. Okay, so the next stretch is for your adductor, so that's the inner thigh muscle. For this stretch, you're going to sit on your bum. The soles of your feet are going to come together. They're going to try to sit up nice and tall. So in this position, I actually have a pretty hard time sitting upright. And if that's the case, what you're going to want to do is sit on a pillow. And you can use, again, as many pillows as you need to. And I think I actually might need to tap this pillow under. Okay. Soles of the feet together. Sit up nice and tall. And then just lean in gently. So again, it's a gentle stretch you feel here. And then it's a really good place to practice your breath. So as you inhale, try to get a little bit more length in your spine. And then exhale, fold a little bit deeper. And we'll take just a few breaths here. Moving a little bit deeper with your breath, not forcing anything. Just trying to get these muscles to gently release. So moving on to your back, the next is a hamstring stretch. So be really gentle with the hamstrings. The sciatic nerve runs behind the back of the leg and follows the same path as the hamstring. And so nerves generally don't like to be stretched. So if you find this is really aggravating, just skip this stretch. So what you're going to do is you're going to put one foot up towards the ceiling, grab the back of your legs. If this is hard, you can use a strap. And then you're going to flex your toes back towards you and breathe here. So this leg here, the leg that's not being stretched, can be bent or straight. However is more comfortable on your back. And then we'll take a few breaths here. As you inhale, think about lifting your heel towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, try to straighten the leg a little bit more. Again, not forcing any kind of stretch, just feeling some length in the back of the leg. Trying to keep your shoulders back on the mat so that you're not really reaching. If you find you really have to hunch forward to grab the leg, then use a strap or a towel around the back of the leg. And then just switching sides. Again, inhaling to straighten and exhaling, bringing the leg a little bit closer towards you. One side might be different, so if one knee needs to be bent and the other side doesn't, that's fine. And again, here, practicing the deep breathing into your belly. Trying to get the whole pelvis and all the muscles across the pelvis to try to relax a little bit. And then the last stretch we'll do is for the external rotator, so the piriformis and obturator internus. So 2 variations. The first is a figure 4 stretch, so you're going to take one leg, so your right leg will start, place it on top of your left thigh, flex the toes of your right leg back, and this might be enough to feel a stretch in the back of the leg. If that's not, bring it up towards your chest, grab a hold behind your leg, and again here you can use a strap to hold on. And then as you're here, what you use the breath for is as you inhale, you're going to try to push the right leg away from you. And then as you exhale, try to bring the left leg a little bit closer, keeping the toes of the right legs flexed or pulled back towards your knee, so that prevents any rotation or torsion into the knee joint. So this stretch is typically more for piriformis. And then just switching sides. So left leg onto the right, left toes pull back, grab a hold behind the left thigh or the right thigh, and again you can use your hands or a strap. And then using your breath to move a little bit deeper, inhale, push your left knee away from you, exhale, draw the right knee in. So this one's for piriformis. The next stretch is for obturator internus, which sits pretty close to piriformis in your hips, but it's activated when the leg moves past 90 degrees. So for this one, you're going to grab a hold of the right knee, grab a hold of the left ankle, and just gently pull it towards your chest. The left leg can stay bent or straight. And again, just breathing here, trying to keep the breath into the belly, and then you can think about bringing the knee a little bit closer towards you. You might feel this in a little bit of a different spot. And then just switching sides. Grabbing a hold of the left knee with your left hand, right ankle with your right arm. The right leg can be bent or straight. And again, breathing into the belly. And then moving into the last stretch. So that's for your upper back, your thoracic spine. What you're going to do is bend your knees. You're going to lift your hips up and place them just a little bit to the right. Arms come into a T. Bring your knees up to 90 degrees and then over to the left. And here, so you should feel a stretch across your chest. You can use a pillow or not. So I actually prefer without a pillow here. And here what you're going to do as you inhale, you're going to take a big breath into the sides of your ribs. Arms can be straight, or as you get a little bit more mobile, you can start to bend your elbows and move your arm up. So having good mobility or motion in your upper back is important for pelvic floor function, so it allows the pelvic floor to sit in a better position to engage in work. You can use your left hand too to draw your knees a little bit together, and making sure that you're feeling a stretch along the side of the body, not any pain or pinching into the low back. And then just switching sides, lifting this time your hips a little bit up and over to the left, knees come into your chest, and then over. And again, you can use your right hand to bring the knees closer together. The left arm can be straight in a T. You can play with the position of where it is on the ground to feel a little bit more or less of a stretch through your chest. Taking deep breaths into your ribs. And then that's it. So if you feel like you want to repeat this sequence one more time, go ahead. Otherwise, that's it.